Step back, I want you to think that this leg is pushing, but also this leg is pushing. So I don't want you to just step. Push, squeeze, step. Right. So what I'm doing is, as I'm pushing my body mass this way, I'm squeezing this leg, and then I'm using that leg to push as well.
Push.
Now some of you are doing that, but you're doing it, and it's not correct. You're doing exactly what I'm doing, but it's not correct. The way I'm doing it is correct. The way that some of you are doing it is not correct. I want this squeeze to not be there to facilitate this back. A lot of you you're stepping to fall back. Yeah? So superficially it looks the same, but you're bringing this leg in so you fall back, and that's how you're moving back. I'm moving back with this leg. This is what's moving me back. But then I'm also using both legs. I'm going 1, 2 feeling. Do you understand? Not 1. If I'm shifting forward and all my body is going in, I can create power. But if this stays there, and I'm not really exaggerating it, but you're going to get power. There's no anchor point. You want to, either all your body moves or there's an anchor point, but not one side and this stays still. I'd much rather and this move back, because there's a direct line there, not this. So I can understand why people do this sometimes, but I think they're missing the connection, the point of making that connection. Much better, like doing Basai Dai as well, yeah? Much better to maintain that connection point and shift this than have some connection point there. Like, think about, where's that foot pushing? Where's the connection line? The connection line is that way, and you're trying to create technique that way. So I would kind of, avoid it. A contradiction, I think like just stance is a way of projecting your energy. So if like literally Kokutsu statue means standing with your weight back. So I'm projecting my energy back. So how can you shore up a position while still shifting your weight back? I think for sure this heel's on the ground, but like this is an extreme version of this. Mm-hmm. Where my heel isn't off the ground. Right. So it's just an extreme. It's taking that principle. How can I make it more difficult to do that principle? Sprinter with the parachute on the back. Mm-hmm. They want to run fast. How can I make it more difficult for them to run fast? Mm-hmm. It's that thing. So I don't think it's a contradiction. Right. And if you can keep your weight back whilst sending power forward, well, that's quite in this extreme manner. Well, then all of a sudden this kind of feeling is a little bit natural. Mm-hmm. Well, not natural, but refined. Right. And so but you're good. Don't kind of limit yourself to only making Kihon on the out breath. Yeah? For Sambotsuki, like I would do this principle where you're having this pulse breath. So I'm using that expansion of my chest on the in-breath to kind of bow my body, and this is going to release it. So this. That kind of thing. Here's that. Like I'm exaggerating it, but generally speaking, you'll do it internally and silently. So you're priming your body
Là, il exagère, mais d'habitude, vous le faites instinctivement.
That's the exaggerated version. Is so you're using your breath in that way. Like in Nihonsuki or Samotsuki, then you have this sense of not holding your form, relaxation, softness, and then softness, 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 softness. So I'm briefly making that connection, resetting, making that connection, resetting, making that connection. So I'm reset, reset, reset. But then just not holding. 1, 2. Have impact phase synchronization. So you know, your muscle, every muscle has a bell curve of strength. So when your muscle, like so specifically about my tricep, when it's stretched out, it's weak. Yeah, when it's completely contracted, it's weak. But it's that middle part that's strong. So imagine holding something heavy. You're going to hold it using your tricep in that middle part. You're not going to hold it here. You're not going to hold it here. And so that it's a bell curve of strength. See, whenever we do a technique, we're obviously using lots of different muscles, and we want to synchronize that middle phase with all the muscle groups. We don't want to kind of, you know, be at the end of this contraction whilst this is still halfway. We want to try to synchronize the drive of this leg and the drive of the hand at the same time. Because then when we have that impact, it's at our maximum strength. Our ability to connect is strongest at that middle phase.